Hey everyone, this is Indra, and today I'm going to show you how to purchase patterns. First thing that you need to know about purchasing any sort of commercial pattern is figuring out your measurements. And once you have all of those, then you can move on to the next part, which is picking out your patterns. When you go to the store, there's usually these really big books that they have all of the different patterns, and that's a really good way of looking at their catalog to figure out what sort of pattern might work for your costume. You'll see that a lot of the patterns have a number, so it's usually like something like this or like this. They usually keep them in these big drawers which have like the make of the pattern and the number. So that's how you are able to find it. Now, when you're looking for the pattern, you'll see that the sizing is usually at the very top, and it'll come like this. Like this one, for example, has like from small to XXL. And there are other ones that have the sizing like right up here, which looks like numbers. And the way that you figure out what your number is, because usually you can tell small, medium, or large, you can figure it out, but you can also double check if that works for you. The way that you can do that is looking at the guide that these patterns have. You'll find sizing either on the back of the pattern where it says body measurements, or in some cases, most cases, you'll find it right on the top of the pattern. And then you can see your chest, waist, and hip size, and then you can compare and see what is your number. It's always easier to go for the size that is the biggest because it's easier to take stuff in rather than like adding things. So always try to go for one that it's like closest to your measurements, but consider the largest measurement more than anything. Usually in the back of like all patterns, it'll tell you a recommendation of the type of fabrics that they think would work the best with this type of pattern, and it'll also let you know what other things you might be needing on, like zippers, buttons, trim, or anything like that. So it's always a good idea to take a look at the pattern that you're going to be using. Once you get your pattern, you'll see that it comes with instructions and it comes with the pattern itself. So you can use the instructions to kind of teach yourself or follow to figure out how it is that you're going to be making this or modifying it or whatever. Usually the first page will tell you the contents, like, you know, this is for A is for this piece, B is for this piece, and whatnot. And then it'll tell you all of the different like pattern pieces that belong to each. There's usually like, oh, if you want pants C, then you gotta use 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. That's just for you to get an idea. So when you figure out what pattern pieces you're gonna need, then you can go ahead and start with the prepping and cutting of your patterns. They come in sheets like this, and you'll see that they have different like lines and instructions and things like that. Usually the instructions, like these guys that come with a pattern, will let you know what each thing means, but just so you have a relatively good idea of what each thing is or how to cut it, basically you just cut the line and you just follow, like, for example, if you can see here, this is for small, medium, large, extra large, and XXL. So you would just be following whatever line it is for the size that you're gonna need. I highly recommend that you take a look at all of the instructions, because then you figure out what each thing means and you won't get so confused, and it's a lot easier to follow the instructions once you know what it is in the pattern, because a lot of times it might have things like darts or little like, oh, this is where the buttons are supposed to go, or things like that. So I hope that this helps you figure out how to use patterns and stuff for your costume stuff. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you look forward to more videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye.